Hey guys, Alex here from Workshop 12. Super excited to announce the 2014 to 2018 GMC Sierra or Chevy Silverado. This is a Tesla style screen from Workshop 12. It comes equipped with 14.5 inch IPS 2K resolution display, as well as 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of hard drive space. And today I'm going to take you along the journey of installing and unboxing to see what you guys get in the box. Let's not waste any more time and jump right in. As soon as you guys open up the box, you will notice, can't help but notice, the absolute beautiful Workshop 12 Tesla style display. 14.4 inches of pure 2K resolution. It is absolutely stunning and cannot wait to show you. Nonetheless, once you guys remove the screen, put it in a safe spot, you can't help but notice all of the harnesses. Let's start off with the main one, which is your stereo harness here, which is a piggyback, simply piggybacks from your existing one. You have your CAN bus harness plug adapter module thing over here. And then you got your RCA cables. You also have the aux adapter, 2 USB ports, so you can be able to charge phones or use it as a storage for USB storage. You have your steering wheel adapter harness here, which will be connected underneath the steering wheel column there. You will notice that right out of the box, your steering wheel volumes should be working. However, in some cases, depending on your vehicle application, the skip and forward songs button thingies will not be working. And if that happens, you do have to connect the steering wheel harness. But let's take it a step at a time here, and we'll show you what we're dealing with. You have your additional microphone here as well. You have your data transferred. For those who have the rear infotainment package in their vehicles, you would simply connect it to the back of the unit. You also have your buzzer here. You have 2 LTE antennas, as well as your GPS antenna. These antennas, including your GPS antenna, can be simply tucked behind the dash. Some people like to put it on the windshield, whatnot. I mean, you can definitely do so. However, to make life a lot easier, just stick it back there. You'll still have good signal. You also have your SIM card tray. So for those that want onboard internet, you'll be able to do so. All right, so you've seen what's in the box. Now let's get into the action of installing this beautiful kit. All right, guys, so first things first, my apologies if you hear some noise. They are doing some construction in the parking lot, so I do apologize about that. I have my mics connected, so I'm doing my best I can. It's very important that you guys select the correct interior of your car when purchasing our kit. You can also send us a picture of your dash to ensure everything is going to work smoothly with corresponding with the features that your car has. In the kit, you guys are going to have complimentary included trim removal tools to do this installation. It will be very simple. The only panel that will need to be removed is going to be the housing around the stereo system. And then you also need a 7mm socket to remove some of the screws that are located behind the trim. Let's jump right in. So now that you have the faceplate off, you're going to be disconnecting the heated seats plugs, which are located right here, one on each side. We'll put this in a safe spot. And then you also have 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws that will need to come out. These are 7mm sockets, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so once you remove the 4 screws, you're going to notice that back here, you simply just have 2 plugs that are connected, 3 plugs that are connected to your original stereo. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these here. And the ones that we just removed was 1, 2, and 3. I do wanna say, for those that have any CDs in your car, make sure to remove it before swapping your stereo, because if not, that CD will long live in there for the rest of its life. So now what we're gonna go do is we'll grab our stereo harness and continue connecting all of the plugs to the new Workshop 12 Tesla style display. All right, guys, so now that we have our system here, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is remove these caps and put on your existing buttons from your harness here. So what we'll do is we'll grab this old one and we will just press on the clip here, and I'll show you guys how I did this. So basically you just grab your fingers here and push, and then once you'll hear, like, as you're pushing, as you're pushing down on it, also push outwards, because you'll hear a little click, and then that's when you know that the button has come out. And we'll do the same thing on the other one, but I do want to put this one on first. Okay, and then this one here, what we do is you just kind of push onto each side here as you're moving it forward, and then snap it right out. Okay. There's a couple of things that you guys are not going to require, you might require it depending on the model and trim of your GMC Sierra or Silverado. And we did not need to connect the steering wheel harness underneath the dash here, because in this particular model, it just worked. But for those that notice that your volume buttons up and down adjust, but then your skip buttons don't work, then you will need to connect this harness. This plug would connect right back of the unit, and then this is like a little piggyback where you would connect this one onto the existing plug, and then this one back into the original slot. Again, the buzzer we don't need as well, because all of the backing up sensors and seatbelt and everything is working great. And this is just an extension for those that have the rear infotainment package, the one that has the displays in the rear seats. Then you will need to have this cable connected, as your rear camera, your reverse camera will not work if this adapter is not connected. However, what we are going to be installing will be the GPS antennas, as well as the LTE antennas, and also the USB, additional USB ports. Even though your original USB ports from the vehicle do work, it's always nice to have extra ones available. We are also going to connect the RCAs for any aftermarket amplifiers or anything like that, but also because the microphone, the external microphone, can also be connected. Now, the original microphone will work. However, I always like to connect this microphone as well. I noticed that when I don't connect this microphone, the quality of your voice when speaking on the phone will enhance so much more when you do connect this one. That's because more microphones are just kind of working together with everything, which is great. And then we will also connect the SIM card tray to the glove box there. Okay, so doing the connections first. After you guys get the buttons here connected, you're gonna notice that your kit should look something similar to this. Again, for those that have more plugs, like more harnesses, like I mentioned previously, that you might need, please go ahead and do so. Now, connecting these onto the stereo is actually quite simple. You do just, however, need to pay attention to the little guidelines on each plug, as if you try to force something in that isn't the correct plug, it's just gonna not go very well. So in this scenario here, looking at it facing this way, or sorry, facing like if you're gonna plug it in, the guideline is on the right side. I'm gonna look over here and see that the middle one here has a little guideline on the right side. So I know that this plug will just go right in here. So that looks like that. And then the next thing will be the SIM card tray. But before I put all of this, plug all this in, I like passing the wires through just to make it a lot easier. So let's go ahead and actually wire in the microphone and SIM card tray. And the way we're going to do this on this vehicle will be first opening up the glove box here and seeing if there is an easy way to access this. So I will just kind of pass this through here. Sorry guys, there's a bee here. I really don't like bees. I don't know if it's gonna sneak up behind me here. I'm already breaking a sweat. All right guys, so what I ended up doing is I passed the 2 USB plugs as well as the SIM card tray right here on the glove box so they can be nice and hidden. I also went ahead and put in the external microphone, and the way I did that is I just put the mic right here. It's just going to be tucked in right on here, and then the other end comes out on here. Now, when it comes to the LTE antennas and the GPS antenna, as I mentioned, you can just tuck it back here and leave it in the back of the dash here. So I'm going to go ahead and just push that in here and just leave that wire out exposed. Same thing with the 2 LTE antennas. I will go ahead and just wire this in. And if you guys want, you guys can always mount them on the windshield or wherever else you prefer. As I mentioned, it's just so much easier to do this. So now we have all of the plugs that we need. So let's go ahead and grab our Workshop 12 screen. And you're gonna see that the first plug that we're gonna connect is just a piggyback to your existing stereo. So we'll go ahead and remove this gray one here, okay? And it's also gray on our end. We're gonna go and plug this in here. Just ensure that all the connections get pushed in properly here. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect this one right in here. Okay, and perfect. Now we are going to go ahead and connect the microphone to the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the RCA harness here, and then we have the GPS antenna, LTE antennas, okay, and this other antenna. Okay, now the USB ports, there are 2 guides, plastic guides on here. I know it's this bottom one here, so I will put this one in here. Okay, and then this one here is going to be on the top here. Okay, I'm just making sure that all the connections are pushed in properly here. Okay. I hope you guys can see here on the screen But basically, I'm going to go ahead and connect the seat warmers, 1 and 2. Actually, I'm going to do that one at the end so you can see the rest of the connections I'm doing. So this one is just going to go on here. Okay. And here you have 2 plugs, 1 silver, 1 black. So we're going to go ahead and connect black to black, silver to silver, and then that is it. We have nothing else on here that we need. Let's double check, make sure all the connections are in, and we'll just tuck everything back here. Tuck everything. Okay. And now we have this one. So what I ended up doing is I actually transferred over the clips from each, from the old faceplate onto the new one. That way everything can just be mounted perfectly and securely. We just want to make sure that we're not going to pinch any wires while we're putting everything back. All right, there you guys have it. So once you've tucked everything in and put everything into place, you got the beautiful Workshop 12 Tesla style display for your GMC Sierra. We are about to do a quick little software walkthrough on it to show you all the cool features. Guys, so right now I have CarPlay on here. So this is going to be your home UI. You'll be able to access the original GMC actual system here. So for those that know exactly what this looks like, it looks exactly like it did from factory, and you'll be able to change all of the medias and all that stuff. As well as when you go onto the home screen here, you guys got the CarPlay right there. As you can see, everything is absolutely beautiful. It's super fast and responsive and very smooth. You also have apps here that you can download where you can watch all of your favorite songs. I don't want to get copyright claims here, but we won't play the music, but you guys get the gif. Also, this is the home button here. If you guys wanted to do like multitask, you can basically press and hold this button here. So from the main screen, you press and hold it, and then you can select whatever you want. So if it's CarPlay and YouTube, and that way you guys can be watching 2 things at the same time. As you can see that the orientation of the CarPlay actually changes depending on the screen size that you have here. Then if we go back to the home area, you also have all of your car settings here where you'll be able to now change the home style, your date, time, etc. You got a full-blown 16-band equalizer here where you'll be able to fine-tune your sound to get the perfect sound that you deserve. As well as back into the settings here, you also got all of the actual settings guide where you'll be able to change like the guidelines on your reverse camera. But this one does come from factory, the guidelines, so no need to add additional ones. Our bed is low right now. There it is. And yeah, so whatever it is that you guys want to see, if you guys want to see more in depth on particular settings, I mean, we do have a full video that we did for the Dodge Ram, so you guys can, I'll link it somewhere on the video here where you guys can reference that. But other than that, your steering wheel controls work, everything works just the way you want. Your climate will also be right here, so you'll be able to turn it on and off. You also got your actual dedicated buttons here to make it easier. This, it will be shutting off the AC. This was shutting off your stereo. And there you have it. As always, guys, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us. Our team will be more than happy to help you. That being said, Alex is out. Peace.